How's it going, everyone? So today I want to talk about rotator cuff repair recovery exercises. So I've been getting a ton of questions from subscribers. They want me to make a video on the rotator cuff, the different type of exercises that you guys can do. So before we begin, please subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already. I do appreciate the support. It helps my channel grow. Also, if you're interested in online personal training or buying some cool fitness products, have a look in my description box right now, you guys. So let's get started with a little bit of anatomy of our rotator cuff muscles. So there are 4 muscle tendons in our rotator cuff. That's the supraspinatus muscle, the infraspinatus muscle, the teres minor, and the subscapularis, you guys. All 4 of those make up the rotator cuff. So the function of the supraspinatus muscle is abduction of the shoulder. So this is abduction, you guys. So that's the supraspinatus muscle. That's why when I say when you guys are doing dumbbell lateral raises, that the first 30 degrees, that's abduction from your supraspinatus muscle. That's what's doing it, is abduction. That's why when you're doing your lateral raises, you should start at 30 degrees, do the raise, come back down to 30 degrees, and keep doing that. So that's the supraspinatus muscle. Again, it works in abduction of the shoulder. The infraspinatus muscle is to externally rotate the arm. So this is externally rotating. This is internal rotation. This is external rotation. So the infraspinatus, again, externally rotates the arm. The teres minor, the other rotator cuff muscle, one of the 4 muscles, is to externally rotation of the arm as well. So you got the infraspinatus and the teres minor. Again, both are going to allow for external rotation of the shoulder joint. And your subscapularis, you guys, it's the internal rotation of the arm. So you guys seen, this is internal rotation. So internal rotation, this is going to be internal rotation as well, you guys. So that is another reason why I do not recommend doing barbell upright rows, because when you have the weight in front of you and you're bringing it up, you're internally rotating your arms. With the weight in front of you, you're going to be doing some damage to your shoulder joint. So stop doing barbell upright rows if you guys are doing them right now. So the general function of the rotator cuff, you guys, is basically going to be stabilization and centralization of the humeral head in the glenoid cavity during the movement. So you guys got your humerus, your upper bone arm, and it connects into the shoulder joint. So it's called the socket and ball joint for a reason. That little joint, that little socket that your humerus goes into is going to be the glenoid cavity, you guys. So the first question that we need to ask ourselves is, do we need surgery? I want to clear this question up right away because a lot of people ask, do I need surgery? So the reason why I say this is so you guys can get a sense of relief. Believe it or not, in general, a rotator cuff tear will not get any bigger. There was a recent study done, and in 75% of the patients, their rotator cuff tear was either healed, smaller, or didn't change at all, you guys. And comment below if you guys want me to put the studies in the description box. I don't mind doing them, but just let me know. I will put the studies. I don't mind, again, doing that all. So with that being said, sometimes your rotator cuff injury won't get better, or it won't get worse, so we can actually repair it. But what you need to do, you guys, is that you need to stop doing the movement that is causing the pain, because the exercises are just like a band-aid. We're fixing it, we're putting a band-aid on, but you got to stop doing what's causing the harm. So if you're constantly doing an improper movement over your head, like a barbell behind the back neck press, and you're completely destroying your arm, then you got to stop doing that, and then the recovery exercises will help. But if you keep doing them, the recovery exercises will not help at all, you guys. So let's go over the first exercise. The first exercise that we want to do is we want to retract our scapula. So that's your shoulder blades. Now, when we do this, we are going to want to raise our shoulder joint at 180 degrees of shoulder flexion, you guys. If the pain is past 90 degrees, then we're going to stop doing this. So what I mean by that, retracting of the scapula. So this is a neutral, this is neutral shoulder position. Now I'm going to retract my scapula. So that's retracting your scapula. Imagine someone putting a pen back here and you want to squeeze it. So again, if you guys look at my back muscles, this is a normal neutral scapula. Now this is going to be retraction of the scapula. So we want to retract our scapula. Once we retract our scapula, we then want to do 180 degrees of shoulder flexion. So this is 90 degrees of shoulder flexion. This is 180 degrees of shoulder flexion. So just basically lifting the arm overhead. Putting the shoulder behind us is known as shoulder extension, just so you guys know. So once we have retracted our scapula, raised it 180 degrees, if it's past 90 degrees, if you go past 90 and you feel pain, stop. Just go to 90 degrees, as simple as that. When we're doing this exercise, we want to get high repetitions, you guys. So really just allow yourself to go as long as possible. If you're first starting out, don't use any weight. You can progressively use 2 pounds if you want to, then 4 pounds. But again, just start off extremely slow, very high repetitions. The reason for this is the rotator cuff muscles are mainly made up of slow twitch muscle fibers and are very small in nature, you guys. So the rotator cuff, it's a very mobile joint. So what this means is that because we have all the different movements of the shoulder, we have abduction, we have adduction, we have shoulder flexion, we have shoulder extension, we have shoulder abduction of the transverse plane, shoulder adduction of the transverse plane, and then we have internal rotation and external rotation. So those are the 4 movements of our shoulder joint. And again, it's a ball and socket joint. It attaches into the glenoid cavity, the humerus. And again, because we are so mobile, you guys, our shoulders are so mobile, it's slow twitch. It's a very slow twitch muscle. It requires a very high amount of repetitions because again, it's so mobile and it's so versatile as a joint. So very high repetitions, a low amount of weight. If you go high weight and you go low repetitions, you will hurt yourself, you guys. So again, slow twitch muscle, very lightweight, very high repetitions, 20, 30, 40, 50 repetitions. I recommend starting off doing 3 sets, 15 repetitions. The next exercise is going to be external rotation, you guys. Very simple to do. You guys can use resistance bands if you want to. I have some in the description box if you guys want to do them. But what I recommend doing is just externally rotating. So again, when we externally rotate, you guys, try to pinch those shoulder blades together at the very back. This is going to really allow yourself to work the rotator cuff muscles. So again, I'll show you just normal and then externally rotating our shoulders, you guys. So if you notice that externally rotating, you can see what's happening back there. This is going to help your rotator cuff muscle, trust me. And if you guys want to use a band as well, a band is perfectly fine. All you're going to do is hold the band and simply externally rotate. And you can feel it. You can feel that muscle working. Again, I have these in the description box if you guys want to purchase them. No biggie. The next one that we're going to do is we're going to do a wall protraction and a wall retraction. So you guys want to go against a wall. I have a beam right here, you guys. It's pretty cold, so I really don't want to go against it. So let's just pretend I have an invisible wall right here. Now what you want to do is go right against the wall. Now what you want to do now is you want to retract your scapula. So you're going to retract it. It's going to go against the wall. Now you're going to allow yourself to go neutral. And then now what you're going to do is you're going to pronate your scapula. So again, retraction of the scapula, put it neutral, pronate it. What you can do is stand maybe just a little bit away from the wall, just a little bit. And then when you retract your scapula, you can actually feel your scapula touching the wall. That's what I would do. I'd go just a little bit away from the wall, retract it, neutral, and then pronate. By doing this, you will help your rotator cuff. That's why another exercise that I recommend doing to some people, some of the other people that have asked me about the rotator cuff, is to do the push-up plus one. So all you do is you go in a push-up position, you retract your scapula, and then you pronate it. And you basically, your arms really don't move. Just by retracting and pronating, you're working your rear delts, you're working your upper back, you're working your scapula, you guys. It will help your rotator cuff. So end of video. Hopefully I did help you guys out. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit about the anatomy in the process. Please subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already. Please like the video, share it. Follow me on Instagram, Dillenberg999. And again, if you want the resistance bands, they are in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all you guys' support.